All right, guys. Okay, so today we're working on Module 6, Lesson 5, and our goal for today is that we're going to be able to leave saying I can make an array using rows and columns and find the total. Now, before we get started on this, remember all of these are lessons that we've already done. I want to make sure that we remember what a row is, what a column is, and what an array is. Let's start with Audrey. Can you tell me what a row is? What is a row?
A row is
Which way does it go? Why don't you start by telling me that, Audrey? Does a row go up and down or across?
across.
That's right. A row goes across. Okay.
Maybe
Now, oh, Johnny, you need to mute yourself. Guys, please don't interrupt because I have to make sure that I'm filming this for other students that aren't able to watch it right now. Okay. Go ahead and tell us about a column, Leo. We can't hear you.
Column goes up and down.
That's right. A column goes up and down. So we know that a row goes across and a column goes up and down. What is an array? Johnny, can you please explain to us what an array is?
It's a bunch of rows and columns put together.
Okay, go ahead and mute yourself now. Okay. An array is a group of rows and, sorry, let's try that again. An array is an organized group of rows and columns, okay? So today we're going to work on making arrays, which we've done already. This is just a review. So let's go ahead and look at our we do. How many bears do I have in each group? How many bears are in each group, Axel?
3.
There are 3 bears in each group. Right now we have 2 groups. I'm going to circle them. And in each group, we have 3 bears. Perfect. Okay. How many groups do we have? Audrey.
We have 2 groups.
I have 2 groups. So I have 2 groups of 3 bears. How many bears do I have all together? Leo. I have 6 bears all together. So I'm going to write that here. 6 bears. Okay. I want to take these 2 groups of 3 bears and I want to put them in an array with rows and columns. Specifically, I want to make an array that has rows of 3. That means that there are 3 bears in each row. 3 bears in each row. So I want you guys to take 2 minutes and I want you to draw an array that has 3 bears in each row, and then we'll come back and share. So 2 minutes, go ahead and get out your paper and pencil and draw an array with 2 bears. Sorry, with 3 bears in each row. How many bears in each row, Axel?
3.
Yes, 3 bears in each row. And which way does a row go? Does it go up and down or across, Johnny?
What?
Which way does a row go, up and down or across?
A row goes across.
Across, very good. So you're drawing your array with 3 bears in each row. Okay, go ahead and mute yourself, Johnny. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Remember, you don't have to draw the bears. You can just draw circles.
Miss Iracheta,
Yes, Daliana.
I have a question on the math problem.
Okay, is it this one that we're working on right now, or is it another one?
It's another one.
Okay, so wait till we get to our problem set, okay?
I have a question about this problem, Miss Iracheta.
Okay, what is your question about this problem?
So are we supposed to be drawing two groups of equal?
Listen to what I said. Listen to what I said. Are you ready?
Mhm.
You're going to draw an array with 3 bears in each row. That's all I'm going to tell you. Draw an array with 3 bears in each row.
You mean by squares for the bears, right?
Oh, okay, the timer went off. You're about to see, Johnny. Okay, I need everyone to go back on mute. Leo, how many rows did you have and how many columns? I want you to start with, I had blank rows and blank columns. If you came in, please mute yourself. Kyung, please mute yourself. Leo, I need you to answer, please. How many rows did you have and how many columns?
2 rows and 3 columns.
So Leo says that he had 2 rows and 3 columns and a total of 6 bears. Well, we know, I'm gonna use this circle. We know that we had 3 bears in each row. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3 bears. 1, 2, 3. Oops, that's not straight. Let's try that one again. 3. Does that equal 6 yet? Show me thumbs up or thumbs down. That's right. It does not equal 6 yet. We only have 3. So we want to make another row of 3 until we get to 6. So 1, 2, 3. Do we have a total of 6 now? Thumbs up or thumbs down? That's right. We have 1, 2. This one's in the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a total of 6. So Leo said that we have 2 rows. Let's see. He said we have 2 rows. 1, 2, and he said he has 3 columns. Let's do the columns in orange. 1, 2, 3. 3 columns. Give me a thumbs up if that's what you got. Nice. Now I want to do another array, okay? For this array, I want you to draw a picture where you have 3 columns. It's up to you to figure out how many bears are in each column, but you're going to have 3 columns. That's my fault. You're going to have not 3 columns. You're going to have columns of 3. So just how we had rows of 3, you're going to have columns of 3. That means there's going to be 3 bears in each column. I'm going to give you another 2 minutes to do that. 3 bears in each column. You may get started. If your mic is on, please turn it off. Michaela, you need to mute your microphone, please. Hi, Michaela, you need to mute your microphone. Thank you. Remember, as soon as you guys come in, please mute your microphones because we can hear all the noise in the background. Michaela, right now we're drawing columns with 3 bears in each column. If your mic is on, please turn it off. Kayang, please turn off your microphone. All right, you guys have 50 seconds left. You're drawing columns with 3 bears in each column. Okay. Audrey, can you share how many rows and columns you have in your array? I want you to say, I have blank rows and blank columns.
I have 2 rows and 2 columns and 3 rows.
Show me if you agree or disagree with Audrey. Okay, let's see. I think Audrey's right, but we always want to double check, right? So Audrey says that she has 2 columns and 3 rows. Audrey, how many did you have in each column? How many bears are in each column?
3.
3 bears in each column. So we're going to start with our columns. So remember, our columns go up and down or across. What do you think, Daliana? Do columns go up and down or do they go across?
Up and down.
Up and down. So I'm going to draw my 3 bears up and down. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, is that my 6 yet? Thumbs up or thumbs down? It's not my 3 yet, so I have to keep on going until I get to 3. 1, 2, until I get to 6, I'm sorry. 3. Now do I have a total of 6? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Yep, I have 2, 4, 6. Perfect. So now let's see if Audrey was right in our number of rows and our number of columns. So our columns are orange. So I have 1, 2 columns, which is what Audrey said. And I have, whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. And I have 1 row, 2 row, 3 rows. Give me a thumbs up if that's what you got. Awesome job. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the problem set. Before we move on to the problem set, does anyone have any questions over what we just did? If you do, I want you to say your name, and then I will call on you. Okay. All right, then let's go ahead and go on to our problem set. Go ahead and take out your problem set if you haven't already. I'll give you about 1 minute to get it out. And we're going to start with problem 1. About 10 more seconds to get back to where you need to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go ahead and look at number 1 on our problem set. It says circle groups of 4, then draw triangles into 2 equal rows. I want you guys to take about 30 seconds at a voice level 0. That means we're not calling out into the group. I want you to take 30 seconds to circle groups of 4. Go ahead and do that now. Five seconds left. Nice. Axel, can you tell me how many groups of 4 you circled?
2.
You circled 2 groups of 4. So let's check and make sure that that's correct. I think you're right, but I always want to double check, okay? So I'm going to use, for this one, let's use a green. We haven't used green. So I'm going to count 4 triangles and I'm going to circle them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 group. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 2 groups. Awesome job, Axel. Go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back and let's send him some shine because that was great. Our next step, it says, is to draw the triangles into 2 equal rows. 2 equal rows. Do rows go across or do they go up and down? What do you think, Johnny?
What?
Do rows go across or up and down?
Rows go across.
Rows go across. Okay. And a little hint there is that our lines that we have are going across. So I want you to draw the triangles in 2 equal rows. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that. At a voice level 0, that means that we're not calling out into the chat. Okay, you have 5 seconds left. Oh, that was a lot. There we go. All right. How many circles, or sorry, how many triangles did you draw in the first row? We're going to call this row our first row. So how many triangles did you draw in the first row, Daliana?
I drew 4 triangles in the first row.
Daliana, I love how you said that in a complete sentence. Let's send her some shine. That was awesome. Okay, so Daliana drew 4 triangles in the first row. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not perfect, but we know what we're looking at. Okay, awesome job. How many triangles did you draw in the second row, Leo? Use your words.
It's because I was muted. Another 4.
4. So Leo says that we're doing 4 more down here. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We want to double check that we have the same total. So how many did we have total over here? How many triangles did we have total, Audrey?
8.
We had 8 total. So I want to count and make sure that I still have 8 in my array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So we know that we have 2 equal rows. How many equal columns do we have? What do you think, Johnny? How many columns did we end up having? We have 2 rows, but how many columns?
You have 4 columns.
4 columns. Let's break them up because I still want to make sure that I can see them. So I'm gonna, uh-oh, that's not what I was trying to do. All right. If you're not on mute, please mute yourself. We have 2. Johnny, you need to mute yourself. 3, 4. All right. So yes, we had 2 rows. Johnny, you need to mute yourself, please. You have 2 rows and 4 columns. We're going to slide down now to number 4. So find number 4 and give me a thumbs up when you get there. Nice. Okay. Number 4 says, count the objects in the arrays from left to right by rows and by columns. As you count, circle the rows and then the columns, okay? So this sounds a little bit confusing, but it's actually really easy. All we're doing is we're counting how many are in each column and circling it, and counting how many are in each row and circling it, okay? Let's start with the rows. How many do I have in this first row right here, Audrey? This first row right here.
5.
I think you're thinking about my columns. How many do I have in my row?
2.
Remember, rows go across. Yes, I have 2. So I'm going to circle that row. Okay. How many do I have in my next row, Axel?
2.
2. I think that we're going to have 2 in every row. So let's see if I'm correct. 1, 2. Yep. We're going to circle it. 1, 2. Correct again. Let's circle it. 1, 2. Correct again. Let's circle it. So now we've counted and circled all of our rows. Now we want to do the same thing, but with our columns. Please mute yourself if you are not muted. I have someone that's not muted. I need you to mute yourself. Everyone check your microphones. Make sure you're muted. Thank you. All right. Now I want to see how many I have in each column. Remember, columns go up and down. So let me see. How many do we have in our first column here? Who else is on the call with us? Leo, how many do I have in the first column?
5.
5 in the first column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Daliana, how many do I have in my second column?
5.
5. Perfect. And that's what A should look like, okay? I'm going to let you guys do B on your own another time, but that's what our example of A looks like. Thumbs up or thumbs down if we have any questions about this, or if you have a question, say your name and I will call on you. Okay. Daliana, I know that you said you had a question on your problem set. Did we already answer it, or do you still have a question?
It's the question on number 5.
Okay.
Because it's really confusing.
All right, let's look at it. So let's look at number 5. I'm going to put a star next to it because this is something that we want to go over together. Okay. So thank you for asking, Daliana. All right, so let's look at it. It says, redraw the circles and stars in problem 4 as columns of 2. All right, redraw the circles and stars in problem 4 as columns of 2. So if you look at it, how many do we have in each row? In A, Daliana, how many do we have in each row?
2.
And how many do we have in each column?
5.
5. That's what we want to change. Instead of having 5 in each column, we only want to have 2 in each column. So we're going to redraw it with only 2 in each column. So I'm going to do circles. And I'm going to keep on drawing columns of 2 until I get to my total, which is what? What is my total for A? Let's see, Audrey, how many total circles do I have in A?
10.
10 total circles. So I'm going to keep on drawing columns of 2 until I have a total of 10 circles. Okay, so here we go. Where is my circle? There we go. So 1, 2. Am I at 10 yet? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I am not at 10 yet. I just started. We're only at 2, so I'm going to keep on going. 1, 2. What about now? Are we at 10? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down. You're right. We only have 2. We only have 2, 4. We need to get to 10. So I'm going to keep on going. So I already know that this is 2 in each column. So I'm just going to keep on making rows of 2 until I get to 10. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Uh-oh, I don't like that this thing keeps on coming. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now I have a total of 10, which is what I want. And I made sure that I have only 2 circles in each column. Okay? So now my number of columns and my number of rows have changed. In part A, I had 2 columns and I had 5 rows. What do I have now, Axel? How many columns do I have?
Columns, you have 5.
I have 5 columns now. And how many rows do I have, Daliana?
5.
That's how many columns I have. Remember, columns go up and down and rows go across. So how many rows do I have?
2.
2 rows. What's something that you notice that's different between this array and this array? What's something that's different? Say your name if you want to answer. What's something that's different? We have the same total, but what did we do to make it look different? How did it change? Leo, can you answer that for us?
What's the question again?
How did our array change from this to this? What did they do? We still have the total number.
Now we had 2 rows and we had 5 columns.
Yeah, but what looks different? Does it look super different? What does it look like they did?
Oh, flipped it.
Yeah, they just turned it. They took the 5 rows and the 2 columns and they turned it, and it turned into 5 columns and 2 rows. Okay, so they really didn't change much. All they did was turn it. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing on number 5 with the stars, but I'm not going to do that one for you. I want you guys to try that one by yourself. Do we have any more questions about the problem set? Specific questions about a problem we did not go over. I think you guys are going to be doing awesome if you try the rest on your own. I remember when we first did this in class, and you guys did a really great job.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I don't have the same problem set. I have the 6.
Okay, so you probably do have lesson 5, but you probably skipped it. So go back, because everybody has lessons 1 through 8.
I did 5.
Okay, so then that's what we're working on. We're doing lesson 5 right now. Today's lesson 5.
Oh, I did lesson 6.
Okay, so then you made a mistake and you need to make sure that you do 5.
6. I already did 5. Did you see?